Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Online League. This time with a bit of a different list than the last two. This one is the Mystic Forge list. We're running 3 Mystic Forge in main and 2 Warping Whales as well. I think for the most part the core of the deck has been solidified. It just comes down to these last 3 cards of Mystic Forge versus Trinisphere versus some other cards, whether it be 7 mana value cards, talismans, basics, etc. But I think Mystic Forge is where it's at. I will mulligan this hand though, it's not great. This hand is also not great. Go into 5. Well, this is Tron, so let's keep it. So natural Tron, we'll keep these. Drop the breaker. I mean, Chalice is a turn 2 play. We can drop the command, keep the Devourer. I think that makes sense. And see what else we find here. We'll pass the turn to opponent. Chalice 1 has been very strong. This looks like burn though. Kinda wish, I mean, it's not the biggest deal. I think Chalice still good here. Let's see what we find. Chalice on 1 would be good. I wonder if we do want to grab an Ugin's Lab and delay a turn rather than... Mystic Forge is nice. Mystic Forge would be good. We could do that on turn 3 or as a follow-up. Kozilek's Command as well can help us dig pretty deep to find answers. So I think Mystic Forge and Kozilek's Command fill a similar niche, though Command can exile if we need. And Mystic Forge, yeah, let's go Command, I think. I should also take this upkeep stop. I'll keep it. I have it there for Mystic Forge specifically. That way I can activate it on upkeep if I don't want what's on top of my deck. It just is something that I need to get used to having to stop on my upkeep for. Let's see what our opponent's got. Fiery Islet. So this looks like... Would this be Jeskai? I guess it could be Jeskai Burn? Could be something else though, like a Jeskai aggro deck. Because I don't feel like looting would be played in Burn, would it? Maybe I'm wrong. It could be, I guess, a Jeskai Prowess. It would suggest to me then Chalice on 1 will be very good. Given the Lava Spike looting and looting, I think Chalice on 1 will be very good. No other play though, which seems odd to me. Light up the stage. Well, okay, so Chalice on 1 good. Let's play the power plant. Yeah, so this looks more like a prowess list. Pass. Have fun with Chalice. And then tower into the Devourer, get rid of Swift Spear. Manamorphose, okay. Draws a card. I mean, you can pump the Swift Spear for what it's worth. Alright, well, getting rid of the show off, clearly. They can still pump the show off, which is a bit unfortunate because it is a cash trigger. So we'll take, what, 3/6 damage here, down to 11. Ooh, actually, we're going to go 5/9 down to, what is that, 8? All right. Well, let's play the tower. Let's get rid of show off. Because we can block the Swift Spear. We have more removal as well, but looks like opponent will pick it up there, and we'll move on to game number 2. So, I'm gonna say Jeskai Prowess is kind of what that looks like. I'm not sure I really have any changes to make here in the grand scheme. Dismember could be okay against certain creatures. Maybe Dismember is right. It just sometimes feels like such a dead card because we're at so little life as is. But we'll cut the 2 Mycospawn for 2 Dismembers. This is a very good hand. This allows us to hold up Whale on 1, play Seer on 2, and a Mystic Forge on 3. Perfect. If they do play Swift Spear on 1, we might just exile it immediately. In the long run, we'll probably reduce the amount of damage we take by doing that more than countering a sorcery speed spell. Yep, there's a Swift Spear. We'll take 1. Yeah. Yeah. We exile the Swift Spear. That's what we said. Yeah. Exile Swift Spear. Pass the turn. Hi, Butter. Let me know in the comments if you can actually hear him when he's running around yelling. Oh, opponent passed? Let's see what they're up to. I think he's angry because it's snowing outside. Well, this sure is a hand, isn't it? I don't like the Phoenix or the Show Off, but I like the Show Off less in comparison. So I'll just grab that and then pass the turn. And then pass the turn. Yeah, they were really banking on that light at the stage. All right. Let's go ahead and actually let's attack first. To combat. And then let's play the Mystic Forge. Dismember doesn't feel great. Might get rid of that. Faithless Looting, okay. Well, Shelf was out, forgot about that. They dropped the Phoenix and the Lava Dart, which I didn't see earlier. What are you doing here, friend? Lava Dart. Okay, so I guess you're going to bring the Phoenix back and light up the stage. 2 lands, that's unfortunate. I don't have much here. I'm wondering if we do keep the Dismember, maybe? Realistically speaking, we're taking 1 damage. Yeah, I'll hold the Dismember, I suppose. Well, we could just do that instead. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go All is Dust. There's Tower. Not really feeling Tower. We'll probably get rid of that on end step. Manamorphose. They have Bolt and Spike, so they can play both. Monastery Swift Spear, yep. And Lava Spike. Okay. So I'll take 5 here down to 10. Do we want to... Let's see, that's 6, 7... Let's Mystic Forge. Devour's good. So we'll play the power plant and play Devourer. So this is now 8 mana that we have available, right? 7, 8, 10. So yeah, we'll keep the Temple on top for the Ulamog and return Ulamog the hand at end step. And just get rid of their lands at that point. Okay, land for turn. And we got there. Very nice. Well, with that being said, we'll move on to match number 2 here in just one moment. All right, and we are back for match number 2. This hand is kind of interesting to me. A land would allow us to at least get to Thought Knot on 3, which feels a little bit slow. I think I will mulligan this. This hand is worse. This hand is still not keepable. Okay, kind of wish we kept that initial hand. We'll keep this. Question is how we want to keep it. Lab's probably better in case we draw into a 7. We don't know what we're playing against, so Chalice probably playing better than Whale, but also Whale kind of acts as a talisman on 2 for a Forge on 3. So we could drop these 2, but we can't because we need to drop a 4th. So we could drop a tower and hope we hit a land. Probably better than to drop the Whale, drop the Chalice, drop the tower. Yeah, let's do it that way. So that way we're guaranteed at least 3 mana. Okay. Okay, there's our 4th. We'll hold up command. In an ideal world, we draw into a 7-drop. Either Spell Bomb. Not sure we're playing against just yet. Probably Blue Affinity. If I had the wager, I guess. Okay, well, let's play the tower. There's a Saga. Kind of wish we had the Kozilek's command to keep to exile the token. But I do kind of need this Mystic Forge out on board, I fear. Does it resolve? That's a question. It does resolve. We don't really need tower unless they Aether. Not even then we don't, so let's put it at the bottom. What? Sir, what do you want? Why you yell? Let's play the Ugin's Lab. They can't make a token this turn, but they can next. So we can hold up the Kozilek's command then. Mystic Forge. Does this resolve? It does not. Thought Monitor being exiled for it. We do have this Cavern Souls, which will prove beneficial if we get enough mana for the Devourer. We definitely want to use this command on that Saga as well. Or at least the token that they use. Draw a card. Must be short on lands. Welding Jar. Okay. Well, now they can't even make a token. Interesting. Second command, geez. Alright, well, let's name Eldrazi. Now, funny thing is, we might actually want to return the Devourer to hand on the trigger for the Urza Saga, because there's a very real world where they grab Pithy Needle. So we might be mindful of that fact. Okay, so let's do this in their upkeep. X equals 3. Does this resolve, friend? I'd imagine so. I'm doubtful you play Consign main. Let's drop the Curiosity. We definitely want that Thought Knot Seer. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's bottom, top, and draw. Imagine you float. I'm gonna return Devour to hand now. Like I said, I have a slight suspicion they could have grabbed a Pithy Needle. Just to make sure I can't grab back the Devourer. Devourer's kind of in a strange spot here. There's the Opal, finally. They have a second mana. Or a third mana, rather, I suppose. Thought cast, looking for another land. Bobble. Chalice on 0. I feel like that hurts you more than it hurts me, friend. Okay. Warping Whale. Well, let's go ahead and play Thought Knot to kind of take a look at what we're up against. Imagine Kappa Cannoneer. Yeah, there's Kappa Cannoneer, there's Thought Monitor, a Metallic Rebuke we need to worry about, so let's just get rid of the Kappa Cannoneer. And pass. And we can always exile the Thought Monitor. They can't really do much with that Metallic Rebuke right now. Yep, there's a Thought Monitor, as was expected. A land. Are you going to attach Shadow Spear? Someone forgot an important bit of information. Chalice is a symmetrical card. There's the Kappa Cannoneer. Well, that does make things a little bit more difficult. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would need 11. Yeesh. World Breaker doesn't do the thing I want it to do. Tis a bit annoying. Yeah, I think we just... Well, Devour would trade versus World Breaker would just bounce. So yeah, I think the Devour is right. Yeah? What's up, sir? Yeah, you. What's up? Can't get through that Ward 4, unfortunately. At least not right now. What do they find? I guess Shadow Spear equipped? No. Sigh. Okay, so that actually is a bit of a problem. really need... All his dust won't work because they have force. Draw... Chalice. Well, Chalice really doesn't do much for me here. We can actually attempt a whale sigh. I think that is correct. So let's attempt to whale sigh and get rid of force. I guess they could also use rebuke, right? Exile target creature. Does this resolve, opponent? 2, 3, 4. So I'm one short. Well, there's the rebuke. So I did get rid of that, which was my entire goal. I need 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, let's play Chalice on 1. And then pass the turn. Is it cast or is it enters? So enters is the important part there. Okay, surveil 1. So Psy will activate on cast, will still generate a token which will trigger Cannoneer. I mean, next turn we get rid of Psy, so it's not as easy for them to do this. Because unblockable is difficult for us to deal with. Draw. Mine. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of Psy and generate a decent amount of mana while I'm at it. Can't really do anything about that. We'll go to combat, attack the Thought Knot. No reason for us not to. I guess we realistically speaking probably aren't blocking with the Devour either, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so we do have the World Breaker for next turn, so that's good news. Yeah, would we even want to block with the Devourer? Because they're going to equip the Shadow Spear, right? That'd only make the most sense. As Trample, Lifelink. Yeah, probably should have attacked, dropping the 10. They'll bring up the 17. Ugh. Probably was the right move in the grand scheme. No blocks. Alright, draw. Alright, let's go for it. And 1. World Breaker, Kappa. Ward 4 trigger. 2, 3, 4. Yes. Go to combat. Yeah, definitely should have attacked with the Devour, knowing what I know. Oh well. We made a slight error there. Hopefully it doesn't bite us too hard, because they should be at 7. I mean, we have lethal on board still. Alright, and we got there. So yeah, it looks like Simic Affinity I think would be probably the best way to describe this. Simic Affinity. Alrighty. The biggest threat we saw was Kappa. Is there an argument to Stonebrain? Dismember doesn't feel as good, and even Leveler, funny enough, doesn't feel... Well, we want the Caster because they're going to bring Consign, right? And they have good counter magic. So yeah, maybe we do still bring in the Cityscape. Alright. Let's do that. We're on the draw for game number 2. This hand is hot garbage and we'll get mulliganed. This hand's interesting. Able to play Talisman on 1, follow it up with a Temple and a Command on 2. I think we keep this, drop a Mine. Welding Jar. Ox Opal. Welding Jar. Do you have a land? No. Shadow Spear? Oh, you do have a land. It's a lot of things. Hedge Mage. Hedge Maze. I can speak sometimes. On top. Don't like that. Okay. All is Dust. I'll keep the All's Dust just in case. Might actually prove pretty beneficial. We can command X3 next turn. Emery. Well, good thing we can command X3. There goes Consign. Another Hedge Maze, I imagine. Yep, so command X3 for sure. Oh, wrong options. I want Spawn and Exile. And done. And pass. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're almost to Ulamog. Spell Bomb. They'll probably draw a card. I guess they could bounce on a Eldrazi Spawn, but yeah, drawing a card makes more sense here. Urza Saga's good. It is good. Okay. Another tower. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. So next, do I have 10 next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. No, so I have 2 turns. Probably does mean we'll need to make sure that we return Ulamog to hand on the trigger for that Urza Saga. Yeah, butter? Why you yell, sir? Alright, I imagine they'll make a construct. A big one of that. There's the construct. A 5/5. What? What? Yeah. I know, they made a big construct. I guess they could boots it, couldn't they? We'll make that. Boots actually is a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. So yes, because I think doesn't Boots get them ward? If I remember correctly. Thinking Lava Spur Boots, right? Butter. Hi, sir. You're very talkative right now. You giving me advice? Oh, yeah, I don't care about Karn. That's fine. You do that, friend. I'm gonna have a unblockable 10-10. Or not unblockable, a indestructible 10-10. Yep. I will get rid of both of the constructs just because there is a world where they counter Ulamog, right? Ooh. Well, that makes things interesting for the following turn. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Yeah, I knew about the Pithy Needle though, so I was right to be a tad concerned. Metabolic Rebuke. Or Consigned Memory. Consigned would be interesting. Because do you give me the indestructible 10-10? I'll get Rebuke, yeah. So that's what I thought. That's fine. Cash trigger is what I really wanted at the end of the day. And then we can follow up with Command the following turn. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Yeah, 7. 7 mana. Lava Spur Boots. I was right, Ward 1. Draw. Power Plant, you say? Well, that's a bunch of mana. Rebuke is how much? Controller pays 3, so we need to hold up 3 mana. Just in case. I think I also want to hold up my green source. X equals 8. Does this resolve, opponent? Consigned to memory. Rough. Alright. Well, we're both top decking, and I feel like my top decks are a bit better than yours, though I will note the haste there of that Lava Spur is a little bit concerning. Okay. No creature. A temple. Pass. Ugh, another Saga. That's a problem, because these All Dust cannot deal with that all too easily. Well, shoot. That Pithy Needle biting me in the butt. I mean, this still makes your life difficult, but it does make my life a bit annoying until I can get rid of that Pithy Needle. At the very least, they can't haste this construct, so I'll take my victories where I can. A Thought Not Seer, you say? Well, don't mind if I do. See what you got. Another Consign. I mean, Metabolic Rebuke does nothing, so I can only imagine it's a Consign. Yeah, there's the Consign. But why replicate it? It's not a cash trigger. I think people forget that about Thought Knot. It is a ETB trigger, and they would have been able to make a construct, but now they can't. And it also, friend, you're yeah, you're 1 mana short. Sad. Karn does stop all activated abilities of artifacts. There's a 7/7. What do you get? I guess maybe another Pithy Needle just to name Karn again? Hey, where am I? Okay. Come on, drawing something good. That's not good. It's not good enough, at least. Yeah. I mean, I imagine they hit Karn, right? There's no way they don't. Thoughtcast, that's unfortunate. That was a really good draw for them. That's another Thoughtcast? Yeah, go off. Another Saga. Ugh, that Pithy Needle is unfortunate. I mean, we couldn't have ignored the 2 constructs, so just unfortunate that we haven't been able to deal with it yet. I mean, Karn takes the 8. Unless they go for me. They're gonna go for me. That's bold, actually. Because I am, like, 1 card away from just going off. Unfortunately, not that card. So yeah, they got it. I needed a World Breaker, a Kozilek's Command, etc. All right, game number 3. Yeah, I don't think there's once again anything else that I'm really thinking that we need here. Yeah. We'll be on the play for game number 3. This hand is okay. It is not great, but not horrible. I'll keep this. The command helps out a lot. Go Talisman. And we can even hold off on the Talisman if we really want, because we still get to play Thought Knot on curve. They go down to 5, which is great if we can resolve this Thought Knot. Even more reason for us to play the Talisman. It might bait them. Pass the turn. We'll hold up the ability to respond at least. Misty Rainforest. Welding Jar. Chalice on 0. Emery. Emery's a little bit annoying here because they can get around their own Chalice, which is exactly what they're going to try and do. This does make me feel like we... Let's draw... Yeah, I think we ignore the Talisman then. I would really love to get rid of the Emery. But is it more correct to just get rid of the Mox? Maybe. Or at least whatever they target. But then they'll have another target. That's where it kind of draws me to get rid of the Emery instead. Huh. Yeah, let's go for the Emery then. So that's 4. We'll have 5. We'll get the Mox Opal most likely. Saga as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time, my opponent. Every time. Symmetrical effect. Unless... Okay. I mean, yeah, it works. Also, it's still cast. I guess Haywire might, yeah. Opal for green? No? Okay. Wild. That's so strange. Let's go ahead and get rid of Emery as intended. We could play another Talisman. 2, 3, 4, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Right now, Thought Knot really isn't doing much. Devour seems a bit better. That Saga's going to be a problem, though, that I would like to deal with. They do got constructs. Thoughtcast is good. Does this draw 2 or draw 3? Draw 2 for 1. Another Emerald. Good thing we have the Devourer. And they don't have any green or blue sources. Ooh, well, don't mind if I do. Let's go ahead and cast Devourer. And then let's go ahead and cast Thought-Knot Seer. You know, I have all the mana, we just need stuff to do with it. And they're gonna have a decent sized construct coming up that I do need to deal with. So like a Karn and an EE on 0 would be pretty nice. I mean, this is all their mana for the turn for a 5/5. I guess it's 6/6. So we'll probably end up holding back with Devourer, I'd imagine. Do you grab a Pithy Needle naming Karn? Yep, I think you do. And we can play anything that our deck hands us now. Including lands. Who would have thought? We'll pass the turn. Not much to do here. Especially because they could Welding Jar. I guess that is something that they can do. They can Welding Jar and regenerate the construct. No? Well, can they? Can they regenerate a token? I forget. Forget how that interacts. Chalice on 1? That's fine. I think that hurts you more than it hurts me. Well, we'll play another Talisman and pass. Yeah, Ulamog, Worldbreaker, Kozilek's Command. Mystic Forge, you're right, Butter. Mystic Forge would be really good right now. But we are flooding the hell out. Yeah. I mean, I guess the good news is this one Eldrazi spawn token. We can just use it as a chump blocker. Yeah, he wants out of the room because I think he knows that our other cat, Meep, is getting fed right now. Oh boy. Yeah, we'll play the forest. We're both in top deck mode. The only unfortunate thing is that they have counters for days. So unless I find myself with a Cavern of Souls. Thought Monitor, yep. Yeah, this has slowly but surely become more and more difficult for me, though they have tapped out. Okay, well, not fully. They have a Misty Rainforest now. The flood is rough, I'll say that much. Yeah, we'll just... Opponent's thinking. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm fine just chump blocking if I need. I don't feel like I'll double block right now. I already have too many cards. Okay, let's see if it resolves. Come on, Mystic Forge! It's not going to. There's no way this resolves. Misty Rainforest crack for blue source and either Metabolic... No, not Metabolic Rebuke. It would have to be a Consign. What? That resolved? Shocker. Let's Chalice on 0 then. Let's pay a life. Oof. Not what we need. We'll probably get rid of that on upkeep. I mean, they've handed us probably the best card in our deck right now. Because we can go deep with this. Especially with the amount of mana I have. And I'm not going to be doing anything this turn. Yeah, I'm shocked that resolved. That was very... I guess now they're going to Haywire Might it. Dang. Right. I forgot Haywire Might's a thing. Which means we have a dead card on top. Jeez. Or not? I mean, they need to Haywire Might this. Yeah. Wait, what? What's going on? Welding jar? What is happening? Oh, funny, their Chalice on 1, I think, stopped their consign. That's hysterical now that I think about it. That's really funny. Yep. I think you exile, and now they're going to consign and then replicate it. What is happening? This seems so... Like, I like Chalice, but like this is why I don't like playing Chalice with like 1 mana value spells. Like sometimes, yeah, I'll have it on 2 and that even feels bad. Oh, they misclicked. Oh no. Okay, we'll take 4. Down to 15. Let's activate the Forge. A stone brain, you say? Let's go with a Devourer of Destiny. Oof. Don't really want that. Urza's mine. But we will play the Stone Brain. And then target you, name Cap. I definitely can type Kappa Cannoneer. I think that's the main thing that kills us here. 1, 2, 3. Thoughtcast, Bobble, Rebukes. Yeah, this was really the main thing that would kill us. None in the grave, none in hand. We're good. Alright, and we pass to you. Yeah, I think like the main thing that they should have done is probably got rid of my Mystic Forge. Because Forge is what allows me to dig as deep as I am. And I'm fine taking 2 damage here and there. Otawara. Once again, could have bounced my... Oh, I guess maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they couldn't bounce up. Funny. Chalice on 0 again? Yeah, that's okay. 2 damage in the air. We'll activate Mystic Forge on upkeep. Jeez. Well, let's go ahead and play the Thought Knots here. We know they have the consign, so they might as well consign the Thought Knot. Another Devour on top, excellent. Yep, here comes Consign, Replicated. So strange for them to have the Replicate around their own Consign, or their own Chalice. Alright, Thought Knot will be countered. And then 7. Get rid of Thought Monitor. Let's just 0 on Chalice. Countered. I guess we'll play Karn here. And then play Thought Knot. Slaying Mycospawn next turn's nice. Alright. Well, I'll pass there. I mean, I think we have the game at this point. Darksteel Citadel. I will not activate Forge right now. There's the World Breaker. Yeah, I was about to say, with the Forge just sticking, there's nothing they can do. Alright, not too bad. I definitely think some misplays on my opponent's part definitely gave me that win, but I will take those every time. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit for match number 3. Alright, on the play for match number 3. This hand is interesting. I mean, it's not bad. Really depends on what we find with Devourer, but I'll keep it. There's a lot of good stuff we can find with Devourer. Kozilek's Command, Thought-Knot Seer, Sowing Mycospawn, etc. Or none of the above. That is an option too. We could go Warping Wail, which does ramp us into Karn a turn sooner. So I guess we go Warping Wail. It's not my favorite thing to do here, but it does act as a talisman as well as a safety gap against some decks, so I'm not upset by it. Street Wraith. So this could be Rakdos Hollow One. Wait, no lands. Oh no, this is freaking Living End. Okay. Well, good news is we have a Warping Wail. Oh my word. I mean, the alternative option, did we exile Chalice by chance? I did not. So I think we just want to hold Whale, right? The alternative is to grab a Trinisphere. Though actually, based on the amount of mana they have, no, I think we actually want to play Whale and try and resolve Karn and hope the hell they don't have a Force. Mine. Karn. Minus Liquid Metal Coating. Pass. Pass. Yeah, I think them missing their land drop on 1 is going to hurt them a lot here. Sidewinder. Because we can also just grab Crypt. Yeah, if they have a Force for Liquid Metal. Ooh. It's not necessary for us to Ugin's Lab here. But let's go Coding. Do you have the Force? Yes. Minus Karn. Well, so funny enough, I could grab the Coding still. Or I just grab Tormod Script. Kind of tempted to grab the Coding. Yeah, let's just grab the Coding. Coding number 2. forest cycling. Okay. Well, you find the third land, but that doesn't really matter. Go to upkeep. Target your white source. Maybe you should have targeted green. For blue, green, cycle waves. Okay. And now you should pretty much stay at... Well, I guess you'll have 3 mana the following turn if you have a second land, because you'll have 3 down to 2 up to 3. Yeah. Mystic Forge. Well, let's coding on white for Ardent Plea. And then let's play Ugin's Labyrinth. Imprint Devour of Destiny. Play Mystic Forge. Does Mystic Forge resolve? It does not, and they get rid of an Ardent Plea as well. Well, the good news is we have this Allah's Dust, and that force may have been their saving grace. Let's find out. I don't think I have anything of haste. There's Temple Garden. Untap, so here comes the Living End. Ardent Plea. So I was right to play around Ardent Plea. Here comes Living End. All the triggers. But no haste. And that's good for me. Okay. Cavern of Souls, Eldrazi. How much mana do I have right now? 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 minus 2 is still 7, so let's go for Sowing Mycospawn. Yes. And let's grab a temple. Let's go ahead and local metal coating on this gardens. Tick up with Karn. And let's see if you have a force and a blue source, but we've already seen 2 forces. Okay. Or a blue spell, rather. They do not. I mean, if they somehow manage to Living End again, we can just grab Bridge. I guess I should have ticked down with Karn. No shot. Shardless Agent, yeah. Yeah, I guess I should have taken down with Karn, grabbed Tormod's Crypt. That way I could do both. But they needed exactly land and... well, now we can go Bridge. Just clog up the board. I guess they have, what, Sky Turtle, Beseiju as potential solutions. World Breaker. Well, let's minus Karn. Yes. We will grab a Ensnaring Bridge. We will play... Nope. A Ensnaring Bridge. We will play a World Breaker. We will exile Hedge Maze. On upkeep, I will Liquid Metal Coating their other green source. And pass. Blue. Cycle. Yep, that's fine. Because then we can just keep them off of green sources. That means no Boseiju or Sky Turtle. And we can pretty much play anything in our deck. Power Plant. Liquid Metal Coating. Tick up Karn. Let's return Devourer to hand. And let's exile probably the flyer, just in case. Yeah. It also lets them dig deeper. Yeah, so I probably should have, like, I knew that it wouldn't have mattered too much, but I probably should have grabbed Tormod's Crypt of Karn. A little bit of a mistake on my part. Well, now that's interesting. Let's Liquid Metal Coating target you. I mean, we don't really need to do that. We can kind of just brick them here. Nothing can attack. So let's pass as is and hold the Karn. And I don't think they can get out of this. They have no legendaries. I mean that even with a green source, they can't ever cycle or channel Boseiju. So I just kind of sit here, and then I'm going to end up grabbing Walking Ballista eventually and just start pinging you to death. Yeah, I don't think you can get out of this in a reasonable fashion. Okay. Mystic Forge. I don't even think that we really care for Forge. I mean, we kind of do. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mystic Forge. Does Mystic Forge resolve? I mean, we cast Chalice on 0. No more Living End for you. Ugins Lab's doing nothing. Exile that. Don't really need to do anything of Karn, since we got a Karn. We'll grab the Walking Ballista. Alright. X equals 2. Just need to get to 9 and we win. Alright. We'll probably exile Karn off the top. At this point, our opponent just burning time. Upkeep. Exile Karn. Draw the tower, so now we have a ton of mana. Alright, well, let's go ahead and put a counter on Ballista. Go ahead and put a counter on Ballista. More counters on Ballista. And pass the turn. I guess I should have ticked up Karn, target food token. Not horribly worried about it right now. I'll actually take the land. Yeah. So this was what? What's this color combination again? Not Sultai, not Teamer, not Jeskai. Oh, why am I blanking out on green, white, blue? Green, white, blue, MTG. Just tell me what it is. I don't need a freaking article. Fine, I'll just look at the article for God's sake. I just want green, white, blue. 3-color. How did I forget Bant? Jesus Christ. It's the color combination I've used so often too. So there's Bant Living End. We win. We need to assume that there is an inevitable betrayal. Cast triggers don't matter. It is ETBs and attack triggers that do. So Ballista in, Stonebrain in. Dismembers aren't it. I guess Mystic Forge and Torp Orb's not doing much either. I guess we bring in the Haywire Might. It's not doing much here. And I guess it actually can do some damage. Awkward. I guess the Flute. Is there a world where Flute's good here? Probably not. Alright, we'll ship it like this. Probably need to adjust this game plan just a bit. Well, this does look good. Turn 1, Chalice on 0. Yeah, we'll keep this. Reveal, Devour, and pass. I guess, do we want the... I think we bait out the Force with a Brain first. Reveal, Devourer. Whale is also really good here. Though I think I might want Kozilek's command to dig deeper. Yeah. Draw. It also helps us exile things from graveyard, so it's not actually bad. Ugin's Lab. Trigger. Devour of Destiny. Stonebrain. Do we bait out the Force? Or Consign even. Could be why they bolted in. Okay, Riverwinder. No Force, so let's play Chalice on 0 and pass. Street Wraith now looking for Force. When we do have the option of Stonebrain, do we want to go for Inevitable Betrayal or Living End? This a good question. Foundation Breaker. I mean, I imagine... Interesting. You don't go after the Chalice. That's fascinating. Well, let's play the tower. Pass the turn. I'm not in really a rush to play this Kozilek's command, so I can kind of sit back on it. Waker Waves. I guess maybe looking for another Foundation Breaker, because they normally have, what, 2 in the side? I think, once again, they do run a Boseiju. This command can mitigate some of the damage done by Living End. So I think we just sit on it. Eldrazi Temple makes this even better. Generous End cycles. So now we have X equals 3. Not as good as I'd like, but something. Hedge Maze. Shardless Agent. As they're digging for their artifact destruction and or bounce spell. Another temple. 2, 4, 5. I guess we could... I mean, I'm not going to play the Devour is the problem, right? We'd want to do that after. Sink into Stupor. Yeah. So now we have 5. So let's see if it's Inevitable Betrayal or if it is Living End. Agent. Cascades into Inevitable Betrayal. Well, I'll tell you what, friend. Have fun. Because there ain't nothing that you really want in there. No Thought Knots, no Ulamog, no nothing. I guess you have the World Breaker, but that's about it. I mean, I can even exile that if I really feel inclined. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'd be X equals 5. We'll move the end step, and then we'll probably cast Kozilek's command now that we know it's not a Living End. I am thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we hold back the Ugin's Lab. That way, if this doesn't resolve, might go spawn Mystic Forge and Karn. Jeez, that's pretty good. Devour feels good here. So, I think might go spawn last. Forge, then Karn. Return Devourer. And go to my turn. Draw. Cavern Souls, naming Eldrazi. Let's go ahead and play Devourer. I mean, at most you can counter the cast trigger, but not the body. And the body is what I really care about here. I mean, you know I still have this Chalice sitting back. Subtlety. Yeah, that's fine. Um, do I want this on top is a good question. I think the answer is still yes, as just a general blocker. So I'll put it on top, cast trigger, and then Chalice back on 0, and we'll pass the turn. I'll jump in an Eldrazi spawn. Generous Ent, 4 cycles. Hedge Maze, that resolves. I guess I can play Forge next turn after we play. I guess that's only if I don't block though, right? I'll take the 5 so I can play both. Draw. Let's go ahead and make sure this can't be countered. And then let's attempt to cast the Forge. That resolves. That's awesome. So in Mycospawn next turn. They need to bounce Devourer. No attacks. Draw with Sowing Mycospawn. And another Chalice on 0 isn't doing much, so I think we can just shuffle that away. Let's play the Uggin's Lab. Done. Do we want to kick? Doesn't really need to be kicked. That actually doesn't hurt, so they don't have the ability to hard cast some things. So let's go green and a lab. And let's get rid of Breeding Pool. Chalice will get shuffled away. I'll grab a Urza's Mine. 2, 4. Yeah, we can keep the Devour on top and just play Karn here. Does Karn resolve? Misty Rainforest. Archive, so that could be for an Ardent plea, but Chalice is still here. Let's minus with Karn and grab ourselves a Cityscape Leveler. Pass the turn. Goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Cool. Waker Waves. Yep. Once again, they're looking for ways to get rid of this Chalice, I imagine. Draw. Oh, let's go ahead and play Cityscape Leveler. Cast trigger on Worldbreaker. Let's tick down Karn and grab ourselves a... I guess actually we don't have Walking Ballista, so I guess let's play it safe. We can't because of that. I guess we grab a Ensnaring Bridge just in case. Yeah, might as well. Attack for 9. So you'd specifically need to be able to get rid of Chalice and then find your way into a whatchamacallit, Living End. That'd also give me a Worldbreaker, funny enough. Alright, and we got there. Not bad at all. With that being said, we'll be back for match number 4 here in just a few short moments. Alright, and we are back for match number 4, this time on the draw. Interesting hand. I mean, like, a temple makes this significantly better. A lab, a tower. So, like, that's 12 cards we could hit that makes this really good. So I think we keep it. And we go probably Chalice on 1 on turn 2. Man, none of the above. I think I just mulligan all then, or exile all then. Yeah. And pass. Excuse me. There's always also an argument to like just cycling the command. Could be Rakdos Hollow One. Thoughtseize. Well, hey there, opponent. I imagine you take that Chalice because I think you have a lot of 1-drops in your deck. I just have a sneaking suspicion. Don't know why, I just do. If they don't take the Chalice, I'll be shocked. Yeah, I think it's just a no-brainer. They have so many 1-drops in their deck. And that there, friends, is what we call the Thoughtseize bug. Alright, Chalice on 1. Gonna be really good against their deck. I think it takes out, like, the majority of it. Wooded Foothills, Stomping Ground untapped for FOMO. Ren and 6. Could be creativity then. Yep. Mycospawn. Let's go ahead and cycle. There's the temple. I need to hope they don't have the Seiju. That would be unfortunate. But yeah, I'm thinking this is Jund creativity. It could also just be Jund, period. Been seeing some Jund piles running around. Yep. Honestly, give me a green source here wouldn't be a horrible thing. Well, let's play the lab. Let's tuck the Devourer, and we'll hold up the ability to respond. We'll be able to get rid of Ren next turn if everything goes according to plan. If they do go after the Devourer, it's not the end of the world. Blood Moon? Fable. Yeah, that's fine. That is a-okay, friendo. Yep, Foothills. Imagine you crack it and then Ren. No, gonna hold it. Interesting. Why hold it? Go to end step, cast Kozilek's Command. They don't have a legendary creature, so Besage is still 2. So I'm safe in tapping out. Oh, you know what it is? This is creativity. That's right. So they're holding it for... Holding it for, whatchamacallit, Dwarven Mine? If that's the case, X equals 4. Do we want to instead exile the Shaman token and then hold up the second command? Because 4, 5, 6, 7, that would allow us to hold up the command. Ooh, maybe not. Because 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to be one short. Huh. I mean, this is definitely creativity. The alternative is we try and dig for Karn. 4, yeah. Let's... Okay, let's do this. We'll go digging. There is the tower. There is the dust. There's a talisman too, though. Ooh. So if we go tower, dust. Okay, yeah, so let's go, I think, talisman on top, tower, dust. We'll draw into both of them. Yeah, this is right. So we grab the tower. We now all is dust. They'll be able to get the dwarf. That's fine, because we have Kozilek's command. I guess I could have... I think this is still correct. Yeah, there's the dwarf. No. Maybe it's not Jund creativity? I don't know what this is now. Arid Mesa. Rack. I guess it still could be. No. What are you playing against? Another Fable. That's fine. Another Wren. That's fine. We'll exile the Wren next turn. Huh. Go to end step. I guess we could dig, but we already know what's on top. Now let's return the Devoured to hand. Let's go ahead and play the Talisman. Let's go ahead and 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 13. 13 minus 3 is 10s are still fine. Get rid of... And they have 2 black sources, 2 green sources, so I get to pick and choose here. We'll get rid of the theater. And we'll once again grab a tower. And then we'll play the Devourer. Get rid of the Renin 6. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what we're playing against. I imagine we might learn some more from this Fable. Okay, there's Looting Thoughtseize. Not really much. I mean, it's kind of expected in a Jund shell at this point. I mean, just Rakdos in general. Arid Mesa, that's fine. Okay, so maybe this is Jund creativity. Ugh, that's unfortunate. What? Interesting. Why though? will block. I mean, I guess they are able to target the treasure, target the dwarf, so there's less for me to interact with. So we can get rid of one. I want to look up Archon of Cruelty's Oracle text. Scryfall. I forget if it says non-token creature. Archon of Cruelty. Opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker, so that's good to note. Well, let's go ahead and scry exile. Scry exile. And done. So you only get one Archon. Well, I guess scrying didn't make much sense there, but I'm actually kind of glad I did because I don't need that land. Yep, Archon triggers. Get rid of the spawn. Discard the land. Okay. They were just playing in a really weird way that made me think it wasn't Jund, and I let my guard down, so that's on me. Karn is good. Karn the Great Creator. We could do a couple things here. We could... See, I'm a little bit worried about a persist now, but I think we do go for the leveler because we have 8. I think leveler just kind of closes things out. I guess it does give them fodder for another creativity, for what it's worth. But this also puts them down to 3. And a walking ballista can definitely end things. So this is Jund creativity. Jund Indomitable creativity. I guess you can go 3. Yikes. You normally only run 3, right? Valgavoth. Oh, that was unexpected. Be put into opponent's graveyard from anywhere. Exile instead. During your turn, you may play cards exiled with Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to the mana value. And you gain 6, don't you? Yeah. Huh. Interesting. During your turn, cards exile the Valgavoth. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to its mana value rather than its mana cost. Meaning that they'll be up to 8. They'll not be able to play the leveler, which is good. So yes, we have to sacrifice Mycospawn, Devourer. Oh, I... dumb as bricks. I misclicked. That's annoying. Alright, not the end of the world. Annoying, but not the end of the world. Doesn't really change what our overall game plan is, which at this point is to grab bridge. Actually, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 8 plus 6 is 14. We'd have been really close, but a little bit off, unfortunately. So ensnaring bridge, pass the turn. Also, the next turn will tick up, and then Go after... whatchamacallit. I guess maybe the right move... Well, kicked Mycospawn requires a colorless source, right? So they can't kick the Mycospawn, I don't think. There's the Boseiju. Well, that is that then. Yeah. Yep, okay. So it looks like my misclick really didn't matter that Boseiju got them there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we could have done at that point. Obviously not misclicking for one. Ward sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. I guess Chalice, Talisman, and Karn after we do that, but then they still would be able to attack with Archon. I'm trying to think there was any way out. We are one short of killing them with Walking Ballista. So I don't think there was. Huh. And I guess we could have just Walking Ballista'd instead of grabbing Cityscape and ping Archon down. Guess that's an option. Yeah, a little bit odd there. Well, let's grab Brain, let's grab Leveler, Dismember. Guess you want Leveler after all? I think we still do. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. I think we just grab Brain, Dismember. And we get rid of the Mycospawns. Also, it was all too warm in this room. The one downside of my room is that it is very toasty at all times. So, just gonna open up the window to the ungodly cold temperatures. But we're on the draw, on the play, on the play for game number 2. And Chalice on 1's still good, but this hand is kind of meh. Mulligan it. This hand is better. We'll keep it. We want Lab into Dust, into Talisman, into Cavern, into Thought-Knot. So we drop the plant. Alright, we'll pass the turn. Faithless Looting to the grave. A temple, you say? Well, we like to see that. That allows us to hold up mana for Dismember if we feel the need. Inquisition of Kozilek. Persist, Break the Ice. I currently definitely can't play that Break the Ice. You don't have a fetch. So like the biggest thing that you'd be able to play would be Renin 6. That Dwarven Mine will come into play tapped, however. I think I'm more worried about this Fable in the grand scheme of things. Let's get rid of that Fable. And pass. Bloodstained Myers. They'll be able to play that Ren after all. Frustrating. And they'll be able to go for the break dice if they really want. Interesting. Well, Whale definitely helps us there. We'll play Cavern, name Eldrazi. We'll go with Thought Knot and hit Ren. Do I actually care about the break the ice, though, is the funny part. Bloodstained Mire. Inquisition of Kozilek. Well, I think they take it anyways, so we do counter it. Another temple. That does mean that we can Allah's Dust if we need. Okay. So we'll have their third mountain now. In that they can Dwarven Mine into a Indomitable Creativity. If they did draw into one. There's the mine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead. Do we need to, though? Let's go ahead and return the Ugin's Lab. That way if I draw into a land, I can first Allah's Dust, and then I can... Yeah. So let's go... Allah's Dust. It seems a bit extreme, but I want to make sure that they really do not have anything on board. So they can't set up a 2-for-1. I want to be able to make sure that this Dismember plays to our advantage. Arid Mesa. I guess they could grab another Dwarven Mine, attempt to block the Thought Knot, then bolt it. That might be their plan. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt that, friend. Or rather, dismember it. Dismember the dwarf. Because this means I have lethal on board. And you have no targets for creativity either. Well, that's frustrating. What's happening? Faithless looting? What do you pitch? Persist, Inquisition. So that bolt's still there. Dwarven Mine? Ren and 6. Yeah, so you can still hold up the bolt. I actually don't even need to. Damn. Did they seriously just somehow rally back? That's unfortunate. Well, at least we can actually set them back pretty hard as well. They still have that break the ice for what it's worth. 4, 5. Oh, they're going to just wipe my freaking board clean. Jesus. Yeah, that's a problem. Gotta be joking me. Oh, jeez. You have another dwarf, and you're going to Indomitable Creativity. Ugh. What rotten luck. Like, if they just hadn't grabbed that Ren, we would have been fine. 1 damage. Play a fetch and crack it, please, for the love of God. It's not happening, but I can wish. Like, we need... It's just... I think this is over. I don't foresee this resulting in a win, unfortunately. Like, I'm not going to concede, because you never know, but jeez, this is rough. The break dice is so strange in this deck. Thought-Knot's here, yeah. Labs and temples, that's what we need to see. Looting, still looking for that creativity, I imagine. Surprised they dumped the Thoughtseizes with me having a handful of cards. I mean, Chalice on 0 does jack all. And they're soon going to get an emblem with Ren and 6, and what that's going to allow them to do is pretty much always have a break dice available. I have 2 turns to do something about that. Do I even have 2 turns? Yeah. Stonebrain. Yeah, this game's over. And once they have that Ren and 6 emblem, I don't think I have a way out. At least not a meaningful one. There is a world, a really interesting world. The only thing I could think of like how I get out of this alive somehow is if we got a land and a Warping Whale and snuck in a token on end step after they tapped out. Like, that would be the funniest way to win, but it ain't happening. Because now they have that, they have Persist. Yeah, it's GG's. Bolt. Oh, I guess they can just bolt me for days, too. Yep. They were pocketing lands. One more will do ya. GG's. Sometimes we win one, sometimes we lose some. You're so close to the 5-0. But this matchup is interesting. The break dice is, once again, still really odd to me. But with that being said, we'll be moving to match number 5 in just one moment. All right, we are on the play for match number 5. Let's see what we got here. I mean, could be better, right? This is turn 3 Thought-Knot, turn 3 Karn. Feels a bit slow, but it's not bad as the thing. It's just not great either. I'll keep it. Based on this, I'm kind of tempted to take a wild shot and just Chalice on 0. So let's go Chalice on 0 pass. If this is an Opal deck, then that's unfortunate for them. But I don't think it is with that Windswept Heath. Probably going to be Energy if I had to wager a guess. I'm going to assume a Guide of Souls. First play. Everyone's thinking. Temple Garden. If it is Energy, it's a different one. Delighted Halfling. Interesting. Well, the lab doesn't do much right now. So I think we just do this. I just want to hold for the Allah's Dust. I do wonder if we want to just go Karn into and search for a Forge, maybe. So this is 5 colors something. Interesting. Definitely would like this dust to go off. We're getting there. Let's take a look and see what they're playing. If we draw into a 7-drop, then we can dust. So what is this? Prismatic Ending, Narset. Huh. Beseiju as well, which is really unfortunate actually. Because we have no extra forests. Shoot. I want the Ren and 6 gone. I kind of need the Ren and 6 gone. They can't converge just yet, so I think we get rid of Ren and 6. And then we have to go after Ren and 6 with Thought Knot. It's going to be difficult with that Delighted Halfling on board, not to mention it'll be at 5 mana. Or 5 loyalty, rather. Grist. Well, that's even worse, because now they sack. Huh. Well, I think in that case, I need to tuck all his dust under lab, play Karn, and grab a Disruptor Flute. That ending now looks worse. Oof. Disruptor Flute name Beseiju? Probably. The problem is they can then Prismatic Ending the Flute. Leyline Binding, grabbing Talisman of Impulse. That's unfortunate. The alternative option is go Karn grab. I can't because of the Chalice on 0. That's unfortunate. Well, we need to Ugin's Lab. The question is whether or not we imprint now. I want to say the answer is probably no. Yeah, because the other thought was to play Karn, grab Tormod's Crypt, give them 1 Beseiju trigger, and call it a day. But that's not an option anymore because they took the Talisman. So I could play Thought Knot. They'll take up with Grist for a blocker, though. This is rough. They've put me in a little bit of a pickle. One of the few moments where a Pithy Needle is better than a Disruptor Flute here. Yikes. Okay, well, I'm gonna say no on the dust because they'll just get rid of it. So no. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're 1 off because of the Talisman. That would have been perfect. So in that case, let's go ahead with Thought. Well, so this is interesting, right? We could go ahead with Thought Knot. I mean, they're probably going to get rid of Temple. So yeah, Thought Knot's right here. So five cards. I think we get rid of the ending. Try and hold on to Thought Knot here. Imagine they Beseiju Lupus. It'll be rough, but not the end of the world. But yeah, like I said, the issue is now Grist ticks up for a blocker. And we need to deal with that somehow. Breeding Pool could suggest Narset. There's the blocker. There's the Beseiju. There's the Grist for the Beseiju. And there's another Beseiju. Yeah. Because we don't have a second source. Yeah, the Chalice really did screw me over there. Dang. I mean, we have to go after Ren, but it's a futile effort now. All we have left is the Thought Knot. I mean, I guess we can Chalice for 1. Because... And Grist will continue to tick up to 3. And continue chump blocking. They'll strip us of any non-basic lands. If I had 2 colorless, then I might be hopeful for a Kozilek's command X equals 0. But even then, that would only give me 1 turn worth of reprieve. So now we're kind of just SOL, I fear. I'm not even sure what to call this deck, like 5C Super Friends. Between Grist, Ren, and so on. Because, yeah, I mean, all they need is fodder for Grist to kill Thought Knot. Ugh. I mean, there's no reason for me to actually attack Ren, I suppose. Attack Grist, but they're going to block regardless. Solitude locks us out. Yeah. This is futile. Normally I don't concede out, but this is in fact futile. So 5C something. I don't think Dismember really does well here. Stonebrain not so much either. And I guess we can Stonebrain, but I want to say kind of keep as is. It's kind of like 5C Control-ish. Yeah, I'm not sure how to classify this deck. Saw Narset, Ren, Grist. Be on to play for game number 2. Yeah, I think we'll keep it. Lab or another temple would be really good on top. Stack the triggers. Well, I guess we'll grab the power plant for our first one. There's the lab. Temple pass. And I think we want to tuck the Allah's Dust. I mean, there's no way to have Blood Moon. So yeah, I think we tuck the Allah's Dust. Because we should be able to go Lab, then Kozilek's command, and then play Devour on turn 3, meaning that if they do have Ren, we're fine. I will want to bolt the bird. So let's go ahead and cast Command now. Pass the turn. Okay. I guess they may have been relying on the Delighted Halfling for one of their planeswalkers, would be my guess. On the draw for game number 3, this hand is not keepable. This hand equally not keepable. At least they've went to 6 as well. Okay, looks like they kept. One mulligan again. Yeesh. Going on to 4 is not ideal here. We will keep this. Drop dust. We want temple. We want plant. Mycospawn whale, I think is right. And we keep it like this. Opponent's fetching. Delighted Halfling. Green Sun Zenith for Dryad Arbor. We will bolt the bird. We will grab the mine, would make sense here. Or a talisman. Talisman might make sense, because then it gets us a green source. Yeah. It does mean that if we draw into a Thought Knot, we won't be able to cast it, unfortunately. But we'll bolt the bird. Karn, that's good. Just need another land. Okay. Ooh. Is there a benefit to playing that this turn? Probably not. So let's go power plant, play talisman, and just hold back on the lab. And then we can play Karn next turn. Question is what we grab with Karn thereafter. We'll have access to 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Probably a Mystic Forge, maybe. That's fine. Ugh. Man, your timing is impeccable. Well, we'll still go ahead of Karn here. Well, minus Karn. We could re-grab that talisman, actually. I'm kind of tempted to, because then we can play the Sowing Mycospawn next turn and ramp. I think that might be correct. At the same time... If they kill Karn, then that's kind of all we do with Karn, is grab a talisman. Whereas we could theoretically grab it next turn. Let's grab the talisman. Play it safe. Excuse me again. Okay. I imagine we're going to see a Leyline Binding on Karn. That's my guess anyways. Ren and 6? That's fine. Might still see that Leyline Binding. Interesting. Blue Shock. To what end? Bolt? Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I assume Karn was down in some capacity. I guess they could sell the Leyline Binding now for the Sowing Myco spawn. Oof. Well, we would have drawn into the Talisman anyways. Unfortunate. So cast the Myco spawn. Unfortunately not kicked. That'll just make life too easy. 2, 4, 5. So we'll grab the Temple. Two, 4, 5, 6. So there's the Binding. Ideally, we draw into a land next turn. If we do, then that allows for us to cast a Devourer. What this? Nisa. Oh, we'll get 2 landfall triggers. L for elementals. So I guess it's like 5C elementals. Ish. It's a 5C pile. That's all I really know. Second one, you'll then search into an elemental. 8 cards revealed until you find a Solitude. Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping not to see. Well, that's pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Talisman of Impulse. And we can All is Dust. We'll grab back our Sowing Myco Sponge from underneath Leyline. Clear the board, and we know of Solitude in hand. So they could play Solitude next turn, but then we'll be able to devour it. Okay, so we're in a better position. Collector, oof. Mystic Forge. Well, let's see if they flash in the Solitude or not. If they don't, then I'll play the Forge. Okay, well, let's go with Mystic Forge. Does Mystic Forge resolve? It does, and that's another Mystic Forge. We'll wait till end step to exile that. That's possibly might need it. But we'll see Solitude here. I don't feel like we're in a bad position, especially the Forge on field. I'm pretty sure they might be wishing for that oof now. Funny enough. Four? What is this? Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, 5C elementals is probably what I would classify this then. I've ever seen more of them. They tapped for a white. Makes me think that they do have a leyline binding in hand. So I might actually just keep the forge and pocket it. Forest. That one I'm tempted to exile. So that's the binding. I was right. Yep, that's fine. Two, four, five, six, seven. So let's return Devour to hand. The value on Solitude has already passed, so we exile the Omnath. And then we can play Mystic Forge next turn. Another Omnath? No. Another Solitude. Jesus. Yep. Up to 24, down to 21. They're up to 15. Another Dust wouldn't be bad. Power Plant. Play you. Another Forge. Interesting. Well, we will keep that on top. Six down to 15, up to 21. Pretty much swapping life totals here. Alright, draw for the turn. And a Sowing Mycospawn 2. How much mana do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 2 would be 7. So yes, I can. And a Kozilek's command on top. Even better. Let's grab Eldrazi Temple. And a Devour on top. I would rather play the one on top, right? And let's get rid of Solitude and Allah's Dust to follow up. Fantastic. Yep, not going to exile that. Do you have another Leyline Binding? Another Solitude. Yep, that's fine. Do we even block next turn? Probably not because of Allah's Dust. We did see a Flasion there. This deck is so strange. It's just, like I said, a 5C pile. Okay, Omnath? Oh, why would you need 5? Bring to Light? Green Sun Zenith for Omnath. Okay. That is fine. So I guess we do Allah's Dust here next turn. Oh, do we need to? Probably not. We very well could just Devour, put pressure on board, and then Allah's Dust the turn after. I think that's probably the right move. There's an Omnath. Yep. Okay, now we Allah's Dust. No, thank you. Don't want a Wrenn on board. I guess we could exile the Wrenn. Yeah. Could just do that. I mean, they gain 4 though. And mana. To Allah's Dust or to not Allah's Dust? You gain 4. I mean, they're setting up to deal me 4 damage, so to mitigate as much as possible, I think we do Dust here. That's Dust. You don't really need the mines. Let's exile it. Nor the Cavernous Souls. All the lands. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Imagine for a Surveil land if they got any more. Foundry tapped. Like I said, we did see that Flage, so I need to be mindful of that. That 3 damage can kind of come out of nowhere. Delighted Halfling, we can easily chew through that. Mystic Forge. Mystic Forge. Card. I like that. And a Chalice. Well, let's go with Delighted Halfling. And then let's play ourselves a Karn. Let's minus with Karn. What do we want with Karn? Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a Leveler? Leveler seems like a good option here. They could 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. They could Escape a Flage for 6. Would be less than ideal. Huh. I think we stick with the Leveler though. So we do need to recognize that that means 6. Not sure if we do Chalice on 0 because I might want the Tormod script. Yeah, so we'll just keep as is. Alright, and we got there. Very nice. So yeah, I'm gonna say 5C Omnath? I forget what it used to be called, if it was 5C Omnath or it was 5C Elementals. Omnath, what was it? Hold up. Which Omnath is it again? Locus. Hello? MTGO? You okay? Locus of Creation. Omnath. Locus of Creation. Yeah, what was the deck called? I think it was 5C Elementals, pretty much. Yeah, 5C Elementals. Cool. Elementals. Alright, so not too bad. At the end of this, that was a 4-1. So 4 wins, 1 loss. Overall, really good performance. Mystic Forge felt really good. Much better than Trinisphere did yesterday. Did more testing Trinisphere without recording it. It just didn't feel great. The first version where I had 11 7-mana value spells, an extra talisman, and a forest felt okay. But immediately decided to definitely include 2 Warping Whales, as we saw here. A really strong card. In some ways acts as talisman number 5 and 6 because you can just cast it, create an Eldrazi Scion, and then sack it, allowing you for 4 mana on turn 2 or turn 3 if needed. So overall, pretty happy with that change as well. Overall, I think we found the list that we want to run. Pretty happy with it. I think I'm trying to think what the worst matchup would be, but nothing stands out outside of the obvious Amulet Titan, because Amulet Titan right now is ridiculous with Green Sun Zenith, but not much can be done about that. But with that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, it'd be much appreciated if you hit that like button, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button too, as right now we are trending in the right direction for us to be able to monetize this channel by the end of a year. Not the end of this year. If it was this year, that'd be awesome. But by the end of a year, the only thing that we are missing metric wise is subscribers. So subscribing really does help me out. So if you are able to do so, it'd be much appreciated. With that being said, folks, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.